Man can't say me ever beg him, I know my style that. Put me call to him out, me we flop that. Hear me have me when I'm money, yeah me got that. Oh oh, oh oh. And as me step in, every girl I feel like.
Hey, what's up guys? As you can see by the title, today I'm doing a story time, and it's gonna be about my worst ass whooping ever. So I was born and raised in Jamaica. So I was in the 9th grade. Yeah, I think I was in the 9th grade. My mother was living in America and I was living in Jamaica with my aunt and my cousin. So it was my aunt, my cousin, her and her husband. We was all living in a huge ass house. So I was spoiled. I was so spoiled. My aunt used to take me to school. She used to pick me up from school. Anything me and my cousin wanted, we had it. Like we was just spoiled. We had the newest this, the newest that. We was spoiled as hell. So the kids, they used to hate us. Like they used to hate on us. They didn't hate us. They used to hate on us. So it's a difference. But yeah, so we used to wear uniforms. So I think your uniform is basically supposed to be under your knees. But when I was in the 9th grade, everybody came back to school and their uniform was above their knees. So I'm feeling like I'm Jehovah's Witness or something. Like my uniform is all the way under my knees, and I just felt like I wasn't it, because everybody else had their uniform above their knees and tight, and I was you think I'm skinny now? I was so skinny in the 9th grade. But then I was like, I want to go to the tailor and he's gonna take my uniform in and sew it up shorter, because I wanted to wear a mini uniform to school like everybody else. So I took all 5 uniforms. Well, maybe I had 7, but I took all those uniforms to the tailor. Yeah. So you know, when you're in the islands and it's school time, and I feel like the uniforms were so expensive. So for me to go to the tailor and tell him, oh, you need to sew my uniform up a little shorter and tighter so it could fit, because there would be females, their uniform would be long, but then they want their uniform to be tight, so they'll put their hand in their pocket and pull it so their ass could be showing, like poke. Oh hell no, this dude just hit my whole freaking car. Military, of course. But yeah, so they will put their hand in their pocket and like pull it down so their ass could show. Me, I didn't want to do none of that work. So I brought all my uniforms to the tailor and he surely sewed it up. That shit was tight. That shit was tight. So I wanted to feel like I was the shit, because I was doing sports. I was playing soccer, football, whatever. And I was also dancing. So I felt like, well, everybody uniform tight and I'm over here walking around in a wedding dress basically. So I got back all my uniforms and they fit so tight and so short. But then I went back to school and I was like, yes, I look good, blah blah blah, whatever. So I was feeling myself, not knowing that my auntie called my mother and was like, you know, the uniform them that I bought for Tusana school, she bring to the tailor and let him sew them up. My mother was so mad. My mother was so mad. My mother did not even tell me she was jumping on a plane to come to Jamaica. Oh my God. All I know is I used to have karate class like after school. I was doing karate up until like the 9th grade. I was doing karate up until the 9th grade. So after school we had karate class. So I was done by karate class in my tight uniform, just feeling like I'm the shit. I only see my mother pull up in my auntie Jeep. Well, she was driving my auntie Jeep. Yeah, my mother pull up in my auntie Jeep. And normally when I'm finished with sports, oh yeah, I used to play tennis also. So I would have like all my sports stuff in the back of the Jeep. So I came outside and I saw my mother. So she was talking to me. She was mad about the uniforms. She was mad. First of all, I couldn't even focus on what she was saying because all I'm thinking is, what are you doing here? You was just in America the other day. So what are you doing here? So before I could even respond to my mother, whap, 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 I started getting my ass beat with this tennis racket. Can you imagine getting your ass whooped with a tennis racket? At that time, I wish I had some more uniform on. I wish my uniform was long and covering my knees, because the amount of lick I get with that tennis racket, I was praying that I had some type of material to cover my knees. My mother gave me some lick in front of everybody. So you know, I'm embarrassed. Like, I'm embarrassed. So I just went back into karate class. And me, when I get a whooping, for some reason I don't cry, but I will be so upset. But I was so embarrassed because everybody see that my mother whooped my ass. So, you know, after I get the ass whooping, I'm mad. I'm mad. Like, nothing could cheer me up. It don't matter what nobody said. It don't matter what nobody did. I was just mad. There was nothing that could stop me from being mad at that point. So my mother was in Jamaica for a little bit, and the entire time I was mad. And then she come back to America. Yeah, me and her would talk, but then every time I would talk to her, I remember the ass whooping that I get. So me and her would talk now and then and stuff like that. But then, for some reason, I never learned my lesson yet. It took me about 2-3 times to learn my lesson. You know, say, me being bad, my auntie buy some more uniform, and I still go to the tailor and let him take in the uniform to be short and tight again, even after the ass whooping. But yes, that is my story time on my worst ass whooping ever. I didn't really get an ass whooping. Well, I never really got ass whoopings anyways. As I said, we were spoiled. We were spoiled. So, and my auntie is not the type of person to, you know, like, just whoop your ass for any and everything. So I never really got an ass whooping like that. Never. Like, never. I think my mother is the first person that really gave me a good ass whooping. I really think she was the first person to really give me an ass whooping. But yeah, that was my story time on my worst ass whooping ever. Hope you guys like my video, and then I will be uploading more. So thank you guys, and I'll leave my social media in the description box below.